Hello again. So another story. Again, like I said, I'm just trying to share these things that maybe that can help somebody else on their journey in hearing from God, and Holy Spirit. I like I said, I short version. I told my kind of short story in another video, my first video. I had never really fasted before, so again, my church, I mean, we talked about fasting and stuff, so I decided I was going to just go on a 3-day fast, just to try to see if I could maybe hear clearer from the Lord or whatever. I don't know that I had anything specific I was fasting for. So, I happened to be at home one day, and I was just doing some stuff. I don't even know what I was doing, to be honest with you. And I I had to go pick up some hay um, in town. I was just planning on going to pick up 10 bales to feed something, just a small load. And I was going to go up and just run up to the town I needed to get them, the farmer I needed to get it from, and then come back home. So as I'm driving up there, I heard Holy Spirit tell me, he goes, "You need to go to Arby's for lunch." And I'm like, well, that's not God. I'm thinking, there's no way that this is God. I'm in the middle of this fast, and this has got to be from Satan. And so I just kind of shoved it off. I just ignored it. So I'm driving, a few minutes later, "You need to go to Arby's for lunch." And I'm like, I am fasting and I am not going to listen to you. And I'm like, I'm like rebuking and blah, blah, blah. And so again, nothing again. So I'm driving a little further, and then I hear again a third time, "You need to go to Arby's for lunch." And I'm like, so I just kind of was like, all right. So I was close to the road that I was supposed to turn to go to the farmer's, but I went straight. Excuse me. And I pulled into the Arby's parking lot. Well, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, this isn't going to be very successful. I'm thinking, why would God tell me to go eat when I'm in the middle of the fast? Because I'm kind of, I'm trying to seek him and get closer and, all this other stuff. I mean, I'm going down the whole gamut in my mind. And I'm sitting there, and finally, it's like I'm sitting there. I sat there for probably 5 minutes, and he goes, "Are you going to go in?" And I'm like, oh, okay, So I went in, and I'm standing back from the counter, just kind of looking, and I'm thinking, I don't even know what to get. I'm like thinking I'm really not hungry, but I'm like, I could always eat. That's just me. So he goes up and he goes, "Just order a sandwich." And I'm like, all right. So I went up, I ordered a sandwich. I got it, and I just got a water, and I go and sit down, and I'm like, well, I'm looking around, and I start to sit down. He goes, "I don't want you to sit there." And he told me where to sit. So I'm like, all right. So I went and sat somewhere else, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking around. I'm like, why am I even here? He goes, "Eat your sandwich." And so I'm like, oh, I'm eating my sandwich, and I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm thinking, did I totally miss it? Is this all in my head? I'm thinking, gosh, this has got to be all in my head. So as I'm eating, I get done, and then I'm kind of just sitting there drinking some water, and then I hear again, clear as a bell. There is a heavy set lady with short dark hair, and I can't remember what she was wearing, but I remember he told me what kind of shirt she had on. And he goes, "I want you to pray for her." And I'm thinking, all right. So I'm like kind of looking around, and I don't see anybody that looks like that. So I'm sitting there. He goes, "Nothing," silence. And I'm like, well, maybe I just totally missed it. So I go to get up, and I go and put my tray away, and the garbage was on the left. And I turn around, and there was a lady walking in exactly like he described. So I'm sitting there, okay, now what? So then I'm waiting, and I'm thinking, okay, she gets her. I just kind of was like, sat down. I'm like, I'm going to wait till she sits down. So she sat down, and there was somebody with her, and I thought, well, am I supposed to go over there with both of them? And mind you, I'm still sitting here, I'm just drinking my water at this point, and this person with her gets up and leaves. So she's sitting there. So if I'm like, I would go, all right, I'm just going to go over there. So I went over there, and I'm like, hey, I go, at this point, I'm still not good at it. Let's just put it that way. But I try to listen and do what he tells me to do. So I'm like, listen, is there anything that I can pray with you about? And she just looks at me and she just starts crying. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, oh, what can I pray with you about? She goes, can you pray with me about my finances? And I'm like, absolutely, absolutely, of course. And so I prayed with her for a few minutes. She gave me a hug and I left and I got in the car. And again, I start crying because I'm like, at that time, I mean, my finances were bad. And I'm like, why would you have me pray for somebody for that when this is what I need? But it was like, I realized it's like, if I don't do that, how are things ever going to get right for me? So long story short, again, it was probably still a long story, but I realize it's like, sometimes we do things on our own, and because I was determined I was going to do this fast, and I thought sure this was not God. But then as things went forward, it's like you can be in the middle of a fast or in the middle of something that you think that you need to do, but if he pulls you out and tells you to go do something, just listen, because chances are it's him, even if you think in your brain that it's not. So there again, another instance where I just, like I said, if I can help somebody on your journey listening to God, then that's it. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks.